Broadcasting from the brand new Velocity Wings in Bristow, Virginia. Welcome to another edition of the Rebel Run Sports Show on RebelRunSports.com. I am John Moore, joined as always by Rob G. and Papa. Here we go. 2 weeks left in the regular season. Another crazy week. I feel like I say that every week, but it's true. But Rob, let's get started. West Springfield and Woodson.
John, it's almost sad that it's only 2 weeks left. I mean, next week, or the 1 week really of the regular season.
Right.
It's sad. It's coming to a close. You should really think about 12 or 13 games, but I know the wrestling coaches and basketball coaches would hate us for playing that. But so we had, let's start with Woodson, West Springfield. Woodson goes into West Springfield. I told you, this game last year was at Woodson. I was at that game.
Right.
It was one of my favorite games that I saw all year.
A little different West Springfield team last year.
It was a little different, but they went into that game, and Woodson had a fire at the school earlier that day.
Right, I remember that, yeah.
They weren't sure if they were going to play. They went back and forth. They ended up playing that game at Woodson. Like, the students sat out in the stadium for like 3 hours or something that day after the fire happened. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Woodson's down 14 in the fourth quarter, comeback. JoJo Heisley brings them back. My man Jack Caldwell catches a touchdown in the corner to win the game. So it was a terrific game last year. So I know we talked to Coach Eldridge last week.
That's right.
He had some. He wanted to get back at them for that.
Right.
Man.
But did he?
No. Woodson comes out. They go up 13-3 in the first. They pretty much dominated throughout.
Right.
I mean, it was 27-10 at halftime. So JoJo Heisley, probably the best game I've seen him play. I mean, he was unreal. I don't even care what his stats were. I don't know what they were. I don't care what they were. But he was unreal in that game. I mean, this dude comes out. He's got a 70-yard touchdown run. He's not like, he ain't Michael Vick out there, you know what I'm saying? But he's shifty. He's got kind of like this, I don't know, this goofy foot kind of run that he does.
Right.
But man, he was tremendous, man. He came out there, he laid the dude out.
Yeah? There's a couple layouts this week.
You got to see this.
Yeah.
It's rare you see a quarterback look for a dude and then bowl him over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's rare that you see that. But JoJo Heisley, I told you before, I love his confidence. I love the way he plays. That dude, talking to him before the year, I love that.
He's legit.
He is. And he came out and he proved it that night. And he sent West Springfield packing again. They go up. Woodson wins 34-23.
Oh man,
tough night for the Spartans.
Tough year.
Tough year. Daniel Adu is tremendous as always.
Right.
I mean that guy. I hate seeing him out there on defense just because it wears him out. They
got no other choices right now.
No, and he's just such a good receiver, man. It's tough to see him struggle like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Champ in Loudoun County.
John Champ, Loudoun County. I don't know, what is it about Loudoun County? They love to two-name schools. What is that?
They do.
Briarwood, Broad Run, Loudoun County, John Champ, Loudoun Valley. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Except for shout out to Tuscarora.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it interesting. But so Champ's out there. It was a cold night. It was cold. The Champ goes out there. They go up 16-0 early. In the second quarter, they're up 16-0. They look like they got complete control.
Yep.
Loudon County, they've struggled, so it's been a tough going for them. They got a new coaching staff in there though, and I talked to their athletic director Bruce Shepard on the sideline.
Yeah. He's
into the games. He's loving he's loving the way the direction the program is going.
Right.
All of a sudden, 16-0 Champ. They have a corner who's got to be the best. He's got to be the best corner in their conference. Might be the best corner in Loudoun County. He has shut down one half of that field for about the last 5 weeks. I don't know. I think there's been 2 screens completed, and he's tackled those short.
Give me a name.
Jalen Gamble.
Jalen Gamble.
Number 2. He's been tremendous for them, shutting down half of that field. He goes out. He makes a play that's a short touchdown.
Yeah.
He comes across the field and catches a guy, takes him down before he gets in the end zone. Pulls a hamstring, goes out of the game. Loudoun County, they tried to go to his side a couple times.
Right.
Couldn't get anything going. He goes out of the game. Loudoun County attacks that side right away.
Yeah.
They score 2 touchdowns going to that side. It's like I said, it was 16-0 Champ. Champ goes up 22-7. All of a sudden, Loudoun County comes back. It's 22-14. You're like, oh no, what's going on? What's going on here? 22-14. I'm sorry, 22-7. Jack Walker, a DB, not the biggest guy in the world for Champ. Should play a little more offense. He's got a little shift to him. But Jack Walker gets a beautiful interception, takes it back to the house. But you're thinking, man, that Loudoun County's still looking good. They've got a dude named Cam Corbett. Played quarterback last year, moved to receiver this year. Cam Corbett's legit. Like, he made some good plays out there. But Carl Garman III completely took over the game.
Oh, I watched those highlights.
Dude had 260 yards rushing.
Yeah, I watched that.
If he played at another school in the area that was, Champs 4A,
right.
A lot of people got, there's a lot of guys at 6A and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Carl Garman played at another school, you wouldn't hear nothing but about
right.
Man, he is electric to watch, though. He was all over the place. 260 yards rushing, completely takes over that game. They got to do, I told you a couple weeks ago, they've got Mikey O'Connell, Mikey 33. Looks like Mike Allstott when he's running the ball. That dude had 3 touchdowns. He is a load to bring down, dude. You got to get out of his way. But, man, Champ completely dominated from that point on. They go up 60-21 and win.
Right.
But let me tell you something. You talk about your guy Dave Crowell all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Loudoun County has a guy. I don't think I've ever seen anybody as big as this guy on a football
Bigger than
field.
Dave Crowell?
I can't tell you what his numbers are. I don't know what his size actually is. All I'm telling you is when I saw him, I didn't even see him in the first half. I think they hid him in the first half. He came out at halftime, and I was just standing there looking across the field. I think he's the biggest human being I've ever seen on a high school football field.
That's big.
He's enormous. He's number 68. He's enormous.
Oh, we got to get some stats on him. 68, if you're watching, send him over. I'm
going to completely butcher his name. Mukanda Mumwalungu.
Sounds good to me.
Enormous. I really thought, like, where they just pulled a college dude out and put him on the field. Like, where did they get this dude from?
Maybe they did.
It's possible. Maybe they did. At halftime. But 60-21, Champ goes on to win. They got a big game against Freedom next week. They're 2 miles apart or whatever those schools are. That's a big game to close out the season. I think Champ needs to win that game to get to the playoffs. John?
Yeah.
Let's get right to it.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. My Hawks.
Okay.
You went out to South Lakes. Watched the Hayfield Hawks take on the South Lakes.
Huge game. Okay? Huge game. South Lakes undefeated going into it. Hayfield 1 loss. And we picked these, and we'll get to that later.
No, we can get to it right now. We can get to it right later.
Let me say this. Number 40, Russell Tanson. I will not stay asleep. I'm wide awake now. Wide awake. And Tingwa Kennedy. If I butcher your name, I apologize, but I love that you're watching. I'm watching you.
Oh, you know he's watching. He was dancing all over you, man.
So this game starts off, the first thing I realized, the first time I've seen Hayfield, I may have had a different opinion if I'd seen him earlier. First thing you realize is that Brian Cobbs is an amazing football player. So they don't run the ball much, although they do have a talented running back. Yeah. We'll get to him later. They don't play special teams except kickoff and kickoff return. They punt never. 4th down at their own 20, they're going for it. 4th down at the 10, up 2 scores. What happened earlier, or the opportunity to go up 2 scores, they don't kick field goals, they go for it. End result, Hayfield 38-28. It was a kind of seesaw game, although Hayfield seemed like they were kind of in control for the most part. When you play that style of football, where you're not taking different special team opportunities, it kind of lands you in position in the game where you could take control. There was points where they were up by 8 and they were in field goal position, where they could have gone up by 2 scores, but they went forward, and credit South Lake's defense. They hung in there and made some big plays. Andrew Finaki, interception machine, caught one in the end zone. But let me tell you, this kid Brian Cobbs, you told me about him last week.
I told you, man.
And I slept. Hayfield, I slept. 16 catches, 182 yards, 2 scores.
Ew.
Including the clincher. He had about 49-yard touchdown on, I think it was 3rd and 27 or something like that at the end of the game.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, so, I don't know. There's not much more to say in that I was wrong. Hayfield is legit. I wasn't questioning their legitimacy. I just didn't think they had a chance to get soft links. Okay, so I may be sugarcoating what happened a little bit, but
before you get done though, why don't you let them know what happened to you at the end of that game?
Okay, Mr. Kennedy. All right, we're gonna show it. Mr. Kennedy, I was just supporting the team in their victory. Getting some video of them celebrating with the band, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
And I was spotted. I don't know if it was the badge on my neck I was wearing or they recognized me from watching the show, which seemed to be the case. And I was bombarded. I'll tell you what, there was some great kids at Hayfield. It was a good time. Awesome. It was all in good fun. I'm looking forward to watching them play again for sure.
They are so fun to look. I mean, and Brian Cobbs, you can talk about him all day.
Right.
Nick Genovese, he had a couple of good catches too.
Yeah, he's great, very talented. Jacob Keeney, the quarterback. Okay. Remember the Titans. We talked about that. He reminds me of California from Remember the Titans. He's got the long hair, like he's running around with this orange Hawaiian punch. Maybe it should be Kool-Aid. I think everyone should be drinking Kool-Aid in Hayfield area right now.
He was letting you know he had the juice.
Yeah,
he was letting you know.
That's absolutely right. Coach Eric Henderson. This guy's off business. He's one of the few coaches. Yeah. He's wearing a suit to the game. I had a chance to catch up with him after the game. Also with Brian Cobbs. Neither one of these guys were expecting to lose this ball game. Let's have a look.
You guys beat a good football team tonight. What do you think about the guys?
No, you're right. South Lakes is a very good football team. I think Coach Taylor does a fantastic job. Certainly has made them exciting. This was an exciting game. I mean, it was back and forth, and we were just fortunate enough to pull it out there at the end and get a couple of scores that they couldn't overcome. So.
You guys seem confident even in the pregame. They expect to win coming in here tonight?
Well, nobody else does. So, we've been preaching all week that you deserve to be here. If but for a drop pass against South County, we'd be 9-0 right now. I mean, we're not going to dwell on that, but I keep telling the kids that we're a pretty good football team. And maybe nobody wants to recognize that. Maybe nobody wants to think that we could maybe win a couple more games. I don't know, but I know these guys work hard, and we're going to do what we can to get where we need to be.
Talk about Brian Cobbs. This guy's incredible out there.
He's the best player in the Northern region. There it is.
Point blank.
There it is. I stamped it. It's done.
Congratulations, Coach. I'll let you guys celebrate. Thanks for taking the time out. Good luck next week. Man, unstoppable today. Talk about the game.
I mean, our coaches prepared us for it this whole week. So, I mean, we knew coming in that none of their DB could stop us on any side of the field because we have so many weapons on our offense. And I know once we started the first run, we saw that we could get a lot of yards on the first screen plays. It was just like, okay, we see what they're giving us, so now we just take it and run with it.
You closed it out on the long bomb at the end of the game. Talk about that. I got a good highlight for you later.
I mean, going on for the play, we see the corner that was on me, so our coach just said, he told Jake, let it go. We see we got a mismatch, so I just got a good release, got my feet moving, made the catch.
All right, so great talking to those guys. Congratulations again to Hayfield. It's a huge win.
Brian Cobbs.
Kylan Booker, 2 touchdowns. That's the speedy running back I was talking about. I don't think they run the ball enough, and I'm sure he would agree with me.
You know what? It's funny. Like, I talked to Brian Cobbs a couple weeks ago, and I asked him what Coach Henderson thinks about 7-on-7 because Hayfield. I mean, we've seen them; they do a lot of 7-on-7 stuff. Normally, coaches don't like it.
Yeah.
Coach Henderson loves the 7-on-7. He's got the guys to do it, man.
And then Jacob Keeney, 36 of 48,
Goodness.
495 yards.
Oh my goodness!
2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. So keep drinking that orange Hawaiian punch.
He can go. He can run. He can run. He gets out there, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, and you can tell he's leading the team. When he's hyped up, they're all hyped up, but they were hyped up the whole game. So
the Hayfield Hawks, baby.
I'm telling you, Russell Tanson.
I'm
watching you.
I told you he's a load coming through the line though.
That's right.
You better watch out. You don't want that dude blindsiding you. That's for sure.
No doubt. All right, some other scores from around.
One game we picked last week, and you and Coach Eldridge both trashed. Coach Eldridge was all set trashing me last week about this. Fairfax McLean. Fairfax McLean. Fairfax is up 7-0 in the first. Looking promising. Doesn't end up that way. Well, at first McLean was down. It was 20-14 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
McLean's down. They come back, score 14 in the fourth to win the game. The battle of the unwinless, or battle of the winless,
Oh,
unwinless.
no.
Unwinless. That was a terrible use of the language.
That's okay.
Yeah, they come back.
You are a product of Fairfax High School.
Carter Govan has 16 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown. On the ground, he also goes 13 of 21 for a touchdown and 190 yards in the air. Can't believe they came out and did that. Let me tell you something, though. Fairfax has a punter.
Mm-hmm.
Not often we talk about punters and kickers.
Not often we need to.
Sean Ryan,
Yeah.
that dude can boot the ball. I'm not even kidding. And, I mean, he gets plenty
You know
of
the best news for Fairfax High School? It's almost wrestling season.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, McLean goes on to win 28-20. They get their first win of the year. Fairfax still searching.
Yeah.
Oakton Falls Church. Last week, man, remember we had the interview with Grace Kozad from Oakton, the volleyball player. She kind of trashed the football team a little bit. I don't know if they saw that or what happened.
I'm sure they did.
They played Falls Church. Falls Church been on a roll. They won 6 straight. I mean, you said last week, you were like, yeah, if it was the Oakton girls football team, I would go for them. I don't know what happened. Oakton dropped 43 on Falls Church. Let me just tell you, shout out to Oakton's offensive line. They had 50 carries for 414 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Oh, man.
414 on the ground.
Falls Church.
Their quarterback was 4 of 7 for 111 yards. They put up over 500 yards of offense.
That's a problem.
And just from out of nowhere.
Right.
So, man, yeah,
Are you saying I picked a lot of wrong games last week?
Oh, you know I like pointing that out. But Elias Lindsay had 20 carries for 190 yards and 4 touchdowns. Man, was getting it done. So, yeah, Oakton goes on to beat Falls Church 43-36.
Wow.
Stonebridge, Potomac Falls. Here's one that you did not pick wrong.
Okay.
Stonebridge, Potomac Falls was looking good in the first quarter. They were up 17-7.
Right.
They were coming out, getting it done. My man, Cash Jackson.
Cashed on 5 solo.
That's right. He has a 22-yard run to put them up 14. Put them up 10-0. They're on a roll. They're going. Stonebridge just completely flipped around and shut it down. This dude, Josh Brees. Josh Brees had 26 carries for 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's good. I mean, he is really good.
Yep.
But they had another guy, Bradley Block, their fullback, 14 carries, 97 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns on the ground for Stonebridge, 7-2. Getting ready for a huge matchup next week. Briarwood's matchup. That's going to be big.
Looking forward to that.
I'm sure you are. Westfield.
Championship high.
They go out and play Herndon. Not even close from the get-go, 48-7. They roll. Eugene Asante has 12 carries for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
And Ramon Johnson only threw 9 passes, completed 5 of them for 2 touchdowns. Efficient.
Keep throwing.
Efficient.
Keep throwing.
You know Coach Simmons knows what he's doing, man.
Absolutely. They should be hitting their good stride right now going into the playoffs, so that'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
I got one for you, Robbie.
Uh-oh.
Our weekly Ricky Slade check-in. Now let's start with the fact that Hilton lost in overtime, a game they were winning 21-7 at halftime to Riverbend. Okay, so they lose the game to Riverbend. Shout out Riverbend, 34-28. Ricky Slade, he did his part. 17 carries, 173 yards and a touchdown. That's 10 yards a pop. Give the boy more carries.
Goodness.
4 catches, 70 yards and a touchdown. It's easy.
Give him the ball.
Give him the ball.
Give him the ball. Yeah, no, man, those Fredericksburg teams.
I know, they're legit.
Yeah, Fredericksburg, watch out. They're good. Hey, one more game.
Yep.
Shout out to John Becerra out at the Annandale T.C. Williams game Saturday.
Big things.
I'm not nearly as much of a fan as of the Saturday game as I am the Thursday game, just because I like the night atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? There's just something about it. But TC Williams, only school still that don't have lights.
Come on. In this day and age,
just trouble. We'll bring some set lights. How about that?
Absolutely. Come on, TC, you got to play Friday Night Lights at some point.
Got to. But TC, they're 5-4.
Yep.
They're much better than people gave them credit for or expected. But Annandale, your guys, Jalen Jackson has 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, or in the first half.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to roll Jalen Jackson. Man, dude just gets it done. Every week, it's like he has a 65-yard touchdown run. It's like every week. Yeah.
Because he does.
Ridiculous. But then this guy, Jaron Hillian for TC, basically just kind of took over, had 3 touchdowns, put TC Williams up. TC Williams goes on to win 26-14.
TC is pretty good.
TC is pretty good. Almost trampled our camera guy, John Becerra, almost trampled him.
That wouldn't be good for John Becerra's rap career. No, I'm just saying.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. But hopefully, TC Williams. Take it easy on him.
Yeah.
John?
Yes, sir.
Talked about it. Football season's coming to an end.
Yep.
John, let's take a look at next week. Before we get to our top performers, let's take a look at next week.
We're 5 for 5.
Man, there's so many games that could be the game of the week.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is the end of the road for a lot of teams. Last chance. There's some playoff implications all over the board. So
absolutely. So in no particular order, we're going to go Briarwood, Stonebridge.
I got to take Briarwoods.
I figured you were going to.
Okay, because I told Sean Springs that I'd be there watching his boys play. Yeah. And if I'm over there, I don't want to get mobbed by another group of kids. That's it. Stonebridge, I don't know you. I'm sorry. Briarwoods?
Stonebridge, I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Briarwoods.
Well,
Briarwoods the pick.
Okay. Josh Brees. I'm taking that dude.
Yeah?
Yeah. Stonebridge.
Okay.
On the Spartan Spotlight a couple weeks ago when West Springfield played them, afterwards we talked to Coach Eldridge about Stonebridge. He said it's the best defensive line they've played.
Sure.
It's possible, he said, that a jar of peanut butter may have slowed somebody down better. But
I mean, I'm just saying that Coach Dridge may have played a lot of best defensive lines this season.
Oh, yeah. Damn. So, Stonebridge. Taking them.
Briarwoods. Frenzy.
Man, there's a game it's Stewart Falls Church. No matter, Coach Aziz told us before the season, doesn't matter what the records are.
Yeah.
They play for a bell. That's a big game. It's a rivalry game. They play every year. That's a big one. It's going to be tough. Falls Church coming off that weird loss to Oakton. I thought that was strange, but I'm still rolling with Falls Church.
We agree. I don't think I've ever picked Jeb Stewart for anything in my life.
There you go.
And I'm not going to start this week.
No. DeQuandre Marshall. Take it. The guy's getting it done. Another game that could be the next 2 could both be games of the week.
What we got?
Lake Braddock at South County.
Let's talk about Lake Braddock.
Let's talk about them.
Because I still don't know who won that game.
I didn't want to tell you the score of that game. I'm glad you didn't see it.
Okay.
Lake Braddock played Mount Vernon.
Yep.
65-0.
Who won?
What you mean, who won?
I still don't know who won.
Lamont Atkins won. That's who won. Lake Braddock, it took 65-0.
Come on, Mount Vernon.
65-0.
So what you're telling me is there was no halftime speech good enough to overcome what started.
I told you, man. Those are Lake Braddock's offensive and defensive line.
Coach Fritz.
Maybe they should be playing from London today.
Maybe they should be.
I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe they should be.
65-0. Well, you know Mansoray, the other running back at Lake Braddock, that's like his speed is absurd.
Oh, they always have a depth chart.
He's a wrestler too.
Is that right? Wrestling.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lake Braddock at South County.
At South County?
At South County.
I love Lamont Atkins. Not as much as I love South County.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm taking South County at home. Stallion running down. Oh, come on.
Leah Conti, I'm sorry.
Horse can outrun a bear any day.
What?
Words of wisdom.
Excellent. Bruins. I'm taking the Bruins, man. Lamont Atkins, Mansoray, Ty Crabbe, and that offensive and defensive line.
Yep.
I mean, they had the one hiccup to Centerville this year, the 8-7 loss in the rain.
Yeah.
If not for that wacky little thing at the end of that game in the end zone, they'd be undefeated. I expect to see them. I expect to see them in the state finals. Come on, Lake Braddock, make me look good. Madison at Hayfield. Ain't no way I'm going against Hayfield.
Are you kidding me?
Ain't no way.
Wide awake. Hayfield en route.
Oh,
Is that taking it too far?
maybe.
I'll tell you what. If Hayfield's defense played as well as they played against South Lakes, and I've seen South Lakes play Madison, Hayfield's going to win that game going away.
Hey.
I'm just
Hayfield.
saying.
The Hawks, baby.
Orange Hawaiian Punch.
There you go. And the last one we got, is it the last? 1, 2, right? Yeah. T.C. Williams at Woodson. Senior night at Woodson. I ain't going against JoJo.
I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage for T.C. Williams to be playing Saturday afternoon football games
Yeah,
still.
it's tough.
But when they go on the road, there's no good routine for them, it seems.
That's
They're
probably
playing
true.
half the games at home. I don't care. Friday Night Lights, T.C. Williams wins.
He flips back and forth on TC all the time.
I do.
He don't remember the
I
Titans.
remember
He
the
does
Titans.
remember the Titans.
T.C. Williams wins.
Woodson, the Cavalry, JoJo Heisley, JoJo. You gotta see
will.
the truck that he did. Oh my goodness.
I will. All right, Rob, take us through some of our top performers of this week, and there were plenty.
There were plenty. Brandon Lisenby from West Potomac. I didn't even mention that score because you were right about it. But West Potomac comes out, beats South County 24-21.
Yep.
Brandon Lisenby has 7 catches for 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. We talked about the Oakton O-line, 50 carries, 414 yards and 5 touchdowns. Josh Brees from Stonebridge, 26 carries, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. But Westfield's kicker. I know it's weird that I'm talking about a punter and a kicker in the same show. Westfield's kicker, Brian Delaney, has a 36-yard field goal. Okay, that's a good field goal for a high school guy. Man booted a 50-yard field goal.
That's quality.
You saw
I've seen
him. Yeah.
He's touchback every time.
Touchback every time. But a couple of guys that we saw up close, I don't even care what the numbers were. I don't care what they were. But the 3 top performers I think that we saw this week, Carl Garman III, running all over the place in Loudoun County.
Yeah.
JoJo Heisley, Brian Cobbs.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Jacob Keeney. I ain't
Thank you.
leaving you out.
Because I will reiterate, you were 36 of 48 for 495. 2 scores in the air, 1 on the ground.
That's ridiculous. Oh, Sean Green from Battlefield.
Sean Green.
4 touchdowns.
Legit. We got to have him back on the show. Good kid.
Who did? He's terrific.
Yeah.
And Battlefield.
Coach Van Aker. See you in the playoffs.
That's right. John, it's been a great week. We got the last week of the regular season coming next week.
Looking forward to it. Big games coming up. Thank you guys for watching this evening. Prince William County, Channel 2, Wrestling 28, Comcast Local. You can always see us on RubberRunSports.com.
We'll leave you with
I was leaving you that to pick up on.
That was terrible job by you. Terrible job by you.
We'll see you next week.
We'll leave you with our top play.
This week's top play comes to us from Hayfield Hawks receiver Brian Cobbs, who takes a long pass from Jacob Keeney and turns it into a touchdown to put the game away against South Lakes. If you have a top play, please send them to us at highlights@rebelrunsports.com. Thank you and have a good week.